Hello, this is Pastor Timothy. I am reviewing our lesson, Immersion in English with Pastor Timothy, on September the 14th, 2019. This was a lesson that we did with students that have been in our English class. We went to the Atacadão on Duques de Caxias here in Campo Grande, and we only spoke in English when we were together. The purpose of this was to have a context where we had to force English to be used. So, we want to review this lesson. List 3 items that you purchase frequently found on our outing. Our activity, our class, our English immersion. I bought many things there that day, and 3 things that I normally buy are milk, chicken strips that are breaded, and normally frozen vegetables, frozen broccoli or frozen corn, sweet peas, many different things. List 3 items that you have never purchased before. Well, there are not 3 items that I never purchased before at the Atacadão because I shop there normally. But I did buy a cleaner for the bathroom, for the toilet, that I normally do not buy. So that was an item that one of the students recommended that I was able to purchase. Please detail the uniforms and the appearance of the workers at this store. We went on a Saturday, and there was less than normal numbers of people. It was Saturday morning from about 11:15 to almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So there wasn't so many people at this time of the day, and so the workers were busy. They were dressed in like jeans, and the t-shirt for the Atacadão, I think it's a gray shirt. Sometimes the uniforms are a little different. No one asked if we needed anything or if we needed any help. Because we were speaking in English, we did draw some attention to ourselves, but also on purpose I was buying things so it wouldn't be so it wouldn't seem that it would give the appearance that we were using the store without being customers, without being paying customers. In what way or ways are they helpful? They were not helpful in the sense that they did anything for us. The person at the register was helpful in being polite, asked if we found everything we needed, but no time during our time on the floor did we, through the aisles, did anyone ask if we needed any help. Do they seem to enjoy their work? At this time of the day, on a hot day, it was air conditioned inside, so that's very nice. But I didn't notice anyway, I personally, maybe some of the students didn't notice if they seemed to enjoy their work. That's a good thing to observe if you're doing this particular activity for yourself in a grocery store or another store. You can look at the workers and observe them and build a vocabulary based on their actions and interactions with you. You need to explain their answer. Explain your answer with this. If they seem happy, if they seem pleasant, that's good. If they're looking on their phones, sometimes the workers that were stocking the items were talking and were not doing their job. If I was a person observing them to talk to them about the company, I might have a different position. Do the people shopping look happy to be here? Explain your observations. Even though it was during lunch, no one seemed to be in an angry mood or in a bad mood. It was hot, but it was air conditioned inside the store, like I said, so it was very comfortable. And it was hard to go outside. At Atacadão, their bathrooms are located outside of the store, so you have to leave the store and go to the side of the store, and then you use the bathroom. But other than that, everyone seemed to be having a normal time shopping and doing groceries. But the people shopping, the shoppers, the customers, they were. I personally wasn't paying so much attention to them, but I did notice that when we were speaking English and we were close to people, because we had our papers, our lesson, and we were talking about the item, and if we used that and the name of the item in all the different aisles, it did draw attention to us by the shoppers and the workers. How long does it take for you to walk from one end of the store to the other? On the inside, both horizontally and vertically. The students were supposed to time how long it took to walk horizontally and vertically in the store. I did not do this with them because we went aisle to aisle, so I'm waiting for their response. The horizontal distance of the store is less than the vertical distance, so I would imagine it would be at least 2 times, maybe more, to go horizontally than to go vertically. But horizontally, the store is laid out. So you have the aisles and you have the things, or vertically, the store is laid out. Horizontally, it might be faster to walk because you have lanes between the cash register and the aisles where there's more room. Vocabulary you might find at Atacadão. Note the meaning in Portuguese and the cost of each item. Almost every single item on our list, and there's one item that is not for sale per se, but almost every item on our list was at the store, and many other vocabulary words that were able to be looked at. And so let's look at each word. I'm not going to say the words in Portuguese because this is an immersion class. I want you to say the names in Portuguese, and on your trip, I want you to identify these items in English, their meaning in Portuguese, and their price, the cost for each item, and the meaning in Portuguese of each item. Apples, which are food, a fruit. Bananas, of course, a fruit, a food. Carrots are a vegetable, a food. Detergent. There's detergent for clothes. There's detergent for dishes. There may be detergent for something else. Normally for clothes or for dishes in English. This is not a food. This is a cleaning supply. Eggplant is a food. It's a vegetable. Forks, either plastic forks or metal forks. Atacadão has both. Plastic forks would be in the party supply section. Metal forks would be in the houseware section where there's pots and pans. We saw a frying pan that was like the size of one egg to be fried, and I commented about that because I need to eat more protein in my diet, and so I need to eat eggs more frequently. But forks are both plastic and metal at Atacadão. Grapes is a fruit, a food. Hot sauce is a condiment. I prefer the green creamy hot sauce than the red hot sauce, which is sometimes harder to find. It's a little bit hot, but the taste is very good. Whereas the red hot sauce that's from red peppers can be very hot, and the taste is very good, but it can be very hot, which I like it. I like hot sauce, but I prefer the green creamy hot sauce. Information is the word here on the list that is not an item for sale, although it could be something with the word information on it. Most items have information like health information, nutritional information, information where the company produced the item or where the factory was or where the item was made. So you can find information almost on every item, really. Jelly or jam. Jelly usually is more artificial or can be, whereas jam is more preservatives, is thicker, and sometimes in jam there's more fruit, or it's more real fruit that is in the jar, usually a glass jar, whereas jelly doesn't necessarily have to be, but can. Kale is a leaf. It's a vegetable, a salad material. Lollipops. Lollipops are a type of candy. Meat. Okay, now this is a word that meat is the flesh of things that you usually eat. You have meat that's from cows is called beef. Meat that is from hens or roosters or chickens is called chicken. Meat that is from deer is called venison. And so there can be different kinds of meat, but flesh normally is the name for the word in Portuguese, which I'm not going to say, is the human meat that is not eaten. When you have meat that's not eaten, it's flesh. Also, our bodies are flesh and bones. Adam said to the Lord when he saw Eve, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. He didn't say meat of my meat. There's a word because you eat meat. There's certain connotations. Arby's in the United States. Arby's, we have the meat. They used to say Arby's, we have the meat for sandwiches, because by saying for sandwiches, they brought in the context, well, what other meats are there if it's not for sandwiches? So there's a lot of different things with that word. But there's fish, usually fish, chicken, and beef, or seafood. Chicken and beef are the three main kinds of meat here where we go to the grocery store in Campo Grande. Office supplies, they have office supplies, which can include pens, paper, pencils, etc. Anything like rulers, hole punchers, whiteout, highlighters also can be included in office supplies. Pickles, here in Brazil, pickles do not have to be just cucumbers in a thing that conserves them. Whereas in the United States, where I'm from, if you said pickles and you looked at cauliflower or broccolis or carrots, you would go think that's crazy. At least I would. I don't know about other people. But I really like pickles, but they can be other fruits or vegetables, not fruits, vegetables here. And you can pickle things, put in a thing to conserve them. But then they're pickled, like pickled pig's feet in the United States, pickled eggs when they're in a vinegar and a other liquid that conserves them, that keeps them edible for longer periods of time. Cuban barbecue sauce. Oh, I do not like ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, different sauces. I like spaghetti sauce. I like barbecue sauce. I like hot sauce. And so the Cuban barbecue sauce. Radishes. We looked at radishes. They're very good. It's a kind of vegetable. Sugar. Sugar is a food. I don't know if people say it's a condiment. It's a food that you use to make things sweet. And there's natural and artificial sugars. Tea is a thing that you use to make a drink. Umbrellas. An umbrella or umbrellas are a thing that you use when you go out into the rain. Protection from rain, or here in Brazil, many times you see protection from the sun, especially women who have to walk a significant distance. But in the United States, a cloth umbrella, I think, is called a parasol. It's not normally called an umbrella, which is more the item that's used for protection from rain. Vinegar. How many kinds of vinegar can you identify? We identified vinegar that was based on alcohol, was based on lime, apple, rice, grape, and then there was one more there were 6 different kinds of vinegars at the store, and I tried a lime-based vinegar, because limes and lemons, in English, lemon is the yellow, the Spanish lime, whereas here in Brazil, if you say lemon, it sounds like the green one, but the yellow one is the Spanish lemon, and then you have the lemon that's the green. Watermelon, they had baby watermelons, and they had traditional normal watermelons, and so those were really good. Find a word with X in it. It could be at the beginning or the ending of the word. I'm not sure what word that was found when we found there. Yams is a food. Yams in the United States is a dish that is often fixed at Thanksgiving, and it's fixed with marshmallows or like a syrup that's sweet, not just by themselves. But yams, or the sweet potatoes that sometimes are called, are like a superfood. If you just had to eat one food for a while, in terms of nutrition, it's very nutritional for you. Zucchini is a kind of vegetable. It's like the green little pumpkin that's from São Paulo, if I can say that. It's not a pumpkin like the orange strawberry pumpkins, but it's like the little São Paulo pumpkin here in Campo Grande. And that's what is close to this here in Brazil. Okay, these are helpful links. I will not look on these links, but this is furniture and household items on this link. Take a look at that and check and see the links that will help you with household items. I think they're in A to Z format, alphabetical order. This is breast cancer food that helps with people dealing with this issue, and foods that are helpful for that. This link here is a lesson on going to the supermarket or the grocery store or the market, and there are pictures and other vocabulary things that you can do. Okay, so this is a question that I want you to answer when you take this lesson and go into a store, a grocery store. Can be Atacadão, can be Forte, Açaí, Mr. Junior, Compre, can be all the grocery store at the shopping mall on Afonso Pena. No, it's not Carrefour. Extra, it might be Carrefour, I can't remember. But any grocery store, what words would be helpful? What questions would be helpful when you go on an outing like that? What words have you learned today that you did not know before? Well, if you go aisle by aisle, like we saw matches, candles, we saw dog food, cat food, we saw all kinds of things, yogurt, cream cheese, pepperoni, salami, so all kinds of different words based on the outing that we had. And then what comments would you like to share about this outing with others? When you go on a trip like this, what would you like to see others know about this? So please do this lesson, go through the vocabulary, and you can, right now, before you go to the store, you can name the items in Portuguese. Also, you can put the cost, the price. You can go online and see the prices for these items. And you can list items that you frequently purchase, items that you've never purchased before. If you go to a site like Atacadão and see the circular, see the paper for this week or the sales that they have currently. I hope this has been a blessing to you. This is Pastor Timothy from Campo Grande, Mato Grosso do Sul, Brazil, saying, Lord bless you, study with the Lord, and if we can help you in any way, please let us know. Thank you.